Most welcome to all the souls who are here today. The divine in me, honor the divine in each and every one of us. Let's raise our right palm. Let's honor the Creator for the blessings we have in our life, giving us more and more wisdom to heal the separation consciousness. Thank you. And there'll be two transmissions today, and maybe we'll have a small meditation later. Hello, dear family, and this is Master Thought. I welcome all of you into this energy field. You are very aware we are reenacting the Atlantean play. All of you had live streams in Atlantis. You see the world how it is now. Great changes, great fear and uncertainty on the planet, polarization and violence, natural disasters. The earth is shifting. You must remember one thing: human consciousness affects Mother Earth. You have shifted the consciousness of Mother Earth in 1987 and created a new pathway for the Earth. We are coming very close to a new portal in time, which will also be a beginning, a new marker. I ask all of you, make your alignment with the Creator. Everything is a Creator. When man worships man, it only brings them sorrow. You see many great cultures never able to exist because they forgot the very source from where everything came. Join with this light, the Creator light within you. For you are coming at a place where the choices you make at this time will determine a large part of your future, not of just this lifetime, but your future lives. You are very aware your future is created by your present thoughts and actions. It is time to say goodbye to an old reality and step into the new reality. And don't try to create from an old reality perspective. A part of your old energy will leave you if you take and say, I am ready to move to the next part of my life. An old part, if death can happen, like you have 3 births in one lifetime, you have 7 deaths in one lifetime. These are the times you call great shift in consciousness, where one's life is completely shifted or changed. Collectively, everybody on the planet is going through this death process at this time. Unless you die to the old, new things cannot come. But in that transition time, when there is a gap between what finish and what happens, there is a transition time, and that's very unsettling for people. So we would like to bring some understanding about death, and also the souls who died completely unaware. What can we do for them? Why is death so fearful for people? Many say the unknown, and many books, religious teachers have expounded what is death. What happens when you die? What are the stages you go through? For the next part of our lecture, beloved Creator will speak. My dearest children of love, welcome death. It is only the perception that the unknown factor happens. You are judged, you are vindicated, you have all the situation. It's just a perception. You die in stages. On the physical level, your organs are shutting down, but this is for the natural death. But for others who died in accident or get killed, of course, it happens in an instant. There are 3 stages of death: the physical level, the level, and emotional level. And for very rare, for people who are very much into working on themselves or self-awareness, they will also have called the cosmic level of death. And what is the first level of death? When you become aware that you do not have a body. This is due to the fact that all the perceptual markers, including the 5 senses, slowly disappear. You need a point of reference for you to feel alive that you are there. If you are put in a room where there's complete white everywhere and there's nothing, in 20 minutes time, you will become crazy in the mind because there's nothing as a reference point. The mind needs a reference point. So in the first stages of death, since from the five senses you are not getting any input when this happened, because you have never experienced in have a body. Many times you are not even able to conceive this idea when you are living in the body. Can you just imagine, close your eyes and say, I am dying, I don't have a body? Your mind cannot comprehend that part. Dear one, we human beings live our entire life from a marking point. Now, this is what is happening on the world. There has been a shift, but now you are in a void point. There is no marker. So you're confused. What will happen next? So it is called a collective grief of what you lost, is what is experienced by humanity at this time. So first, you become aware deeply that you don't have a body anymore to relate to anything. The next stage is a disconnection from the mental body. What happened in the mental body? Mind become disoriented, emotionally stressed. All the imprints of the subconscious will come up during this confusion time, because suddenly now you don't have a body, you don't even have a mind, just the imprints, the memories, fearful images, what you think may happen after death. Maybe I will be punished, maybe I will face an angry god. All these imprints, you will show up as a real image, because when you die, the power of creation is so strong, what you think immediately will manifest. Many souls will scream in terror, but since there is no voice, they cannot even hear. So it's more harder confusion. Mind will go into a numbness and a frozen state. The third is suddenly the emotional body is also being disconnected. The awareness you have of sorrow, grief, sadness, or something lost, especially if they are attached to earthly plane, all will, you will start to become aware of this. Great regrets here. The times you had opportunity in lifetime to love, but you did not love. Some will yearn for help. Immediately you will get help, mainly first from the lost loved ones. The next stage of death is called cosmic death or awareness death. This is the most important stage. Now, what happened is once the physical body, mental body, emotional body detached, you are in a state of complete stillness and in darkness. Now, what happened is many souls, the largest majority of souls, the silence and this darkness is very frightening. They will yearn for light or help. This place of being stillness and darkness is a place we call void after death. Exactly what's happening outside. When there is a transition time, there is a place of emptiness, the void. But most time people want to create something in the void without allowing for the void to manifest itself in whatever way it want to manifest. So when you are in this state and out of fear, you yearn for the light, depending upon your religious belief or understanding, or whether you have been following a guru or a teacher or anybody, any particular form of spirituality, you will draw that energy into you that moment, and you would go with that light. But this is called prematurely leaving this place of void. But if you have been aware in your last lifetime that you are a soul which has no beginning, no end, you are able to hold this awareness for a certain number of days in this void state. This, and if you are able to stay in the void state, this is the time you will fully experience your mighty I am presence in fullness. Remember what we said. If because of the fear or the stillness and darkness you yearn for the light, you would attract whatever you have been following, maybe a guru or a teacher or a god, whoever it is, they will appear for you. But there's one problem, family. You will go with their light, but you will also take their limitations, because everybody, all masters also has limitations, and you would also take that limitations. But if you are able to stay in this space without wanting anything but completely surrendering to this void state, this is the time you will have full supreme enlightenment of who you are, and you'll be able to choose completely what and which place you want to be born, in what awareness you want to be born. So if you are not afraid and able to stay in this awareness state between 3 to 7 days and completely surrender to the darkness, the void, is the time you can have the greatest wisdom of the universe. The entire wisdom of the universe will be anchored into you. Now, if you can remember just one word, not remember, have the awareness of this word, just one word, that can help you to move through this phase more easily. Now, even in your present day life, when you are in a transitional stage, can you surrender to the process? Or we try to do something? Now, you are in this transition stage as a collective consciousness for in the earth. Why are we talking about that today? When you do not have fear of death, and when you know what death really is, you would welcome death. Death is a doorway, and the awareness through which you walk through the doorway creates your reality for hundreds of lifetimes. Because when you die in awareness, you can bypass the entire life stream, for you would completely erase the karmic imprints. There is no fear of death. There is no fear of life. If you didn't care whether you die, how will you live your life? Your teacher Osho showed this. And if you see, you will see, even his video, his death was celebrated. When his body was on fire, instead of crying, people were dancing and singing. For he lived every moment as the last moment of his life. He was prepared for death every moment. So he lived in freedom. Can you come to this place? Because in that awareness, there is peace. So when you are in the darkness, if you can surrender to the darkness, either in death or in life, and I allow the universal wisdom to manifest, which is the highest good for me, this awareness will bring peace to every cell. In this state, one can easily access the full consciousness of who I am, the creator or the universe. Now, there are certain sounds. The awareness of this sound will help you to go through the death process and also be in the state of deep stillness and in darkness, but without fear. We encourage some of you who are here today to educate people about the process of death so there is no fear. It is one of the biggest service you can do to humanity. What are the sounds the soul can perceive and become aware when it is in this darkness? Are you ready to have your own death process? The significance of Osiris. He is put in a coffin, but his resurrection. It's a mythical story, but it is significant to that. In dying to the old, you are reborn again. And these are ancient Egyptian sounds. When the initiates took the test of death, especially in the crocodile pond, this sound you can practice. It will also give you courage in life. Just close your eyes. Please repeat after me. Asa Mu Ra. Asa Mu Ra. There's a reason we will give why we are giving this sound. We'll come to that now. You see, in many cultures, when people are ready to die, sometimes in some families, what they do, they chant the holy names. So through chanting the name, they are invoking the energy behind that name. But remember, even that energy behind the name has only a certain consciousness, not the entire consciousness. You can chant these names to the people who are ready to leave. And if they're willing to stay in the darkness, the awareness of the sound, they will not feel any fear. In the king's chamber, where the initiates were placed for the final initiation of the death itself, they were given these sounds, and then they have covered the slab on top of that, and the pyramid was very dark, silent, and they stayed there for a few days, and they were able to stay in awareness. They come out, they are called enlightened beings in the ancient time, and they call this ceremony the ceremony of Ren, R-E-N, calling the names through which one can transcend one's fear of death and be aware of this while in this transitional stage. The next sound is Emim Sa Emim Sa Emim Sa. Written E double M I double M. Emim Sa. And the third sound is Malani. Yes, we know there is no English spelling, but we will try to bring it in a form which you can understand. Malanir. Malani. 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 One more sound. Valre. It says Valera. Valre. If you have been practicing this sound, you will be able to recall the sound or become aware of the vibration of the sound, and this sound will help you in this transition stage. Now, when death happens, there are messengers of light available to support the souls to go through. If you are aware, you can request simply, I call the messengers of light to show me the path into oneself fully. And these messengers of light will stay as a guardian when you are in this state of complete stillness and darkness. Now, these sounds can be chanted before a person passes away, chant in their ears. So they have the potential to carry this powerful vibration. Now, when people die in accident or in natural disasters, there is a great confusion because they had not registered the death on the mental and emotional body, only on the physical body. And especially if they have died in a shock or out of anger, violence, keeping hatred, the emotional and mental body is very strong They will hold on to the image of that anger, that hatred what they had when they left the body, and they can stay in this space for long periods of time. There is a flame called flame of the living earth, and the keepers of this flame is called Ramuel and a Mahile. Now they have two energy to support people who have left their body through any of the means like accident, getting shot, killed instantly, or through violence, everything. Also, natural, they died through natural calamities, for an earthquake, volcanic eruptions, or any other things. And the energy which they hold to support these beings is called Esaki light, ESSIAC, Esaki light. Now, this Esaki light is a cool energy. This can be used in any place where there has been destruction or death because of heat and fire, like the great Australian fires. Amazon, people kill using firepower, which is the heat involved for the missiles and bombs. So, dear family, this flame has not been utilized by anybody on the earth. Request from the flame keeper, the Esaki light, and imagine this light, Esaki light. It is, the color is silverish gray, and imagine this energy going through all the places which has been affected by heat, including wars, because most of the human beings are not aware of the methods and the tools available to them to go to wherever they belong or to a higher dimension when they die instantly, because it is not in their memory bank. These souls get trapped and they can start creating many hellish experiences in this reality. Many of these live streams tend to cling to some form of life that is no longer possible for them. And since there is no marker point for them, the perceptions are not there, the five senses are not there, they become much more disoriented and they get lost. And they are called in the astral plane souls. There are millions of souls who end up earthbound when a tragedy strikes or a given situation happened when they are unprepared and have not let go. There is a flame called a regeneration flame. The name of this flame is teal, Teal, teal flame. Now, this flame is a soft pink in color. Invoke this flame and ask it to anchor it into all the places where trapped souls are there. So these trapped souls can immediately go and regeneration can happen, because this is not only for human being, it is also for many animal spirits and plant spirits. You must work with both the flame, especially in conflict war zones. In this modern world, every war is fought with guns and ammunition, which is a fire element, first called the Esaki light, then the teal light. So, first healing, then regeneration. Now open your palms. Just become aware of your fingertips. Open your predominant hand and breathe and say, I invoke the Esaki light. You will feel energy, and when you feel energy, you can even take a map of a country and place your hands on this map, and you will transmit the energy to that place. Send to all the conflict zones of the present day world, many of the African nations. Why they have not been able to come up so much hardship for them, although they have so much natural resources, in a great number of trapped souls, and also colonization by many countries destroyed this energy. Middle East, and you can name every country they have this problem. Because many of the trapped souls also had come to the earth plane to be a carrier of change. Because of the death, what happened to them unnaturally, they have lost that part within them. So when you regenerate, many of the souls can again, once again be reborn and start their work. And they are begging, requesting, help us at this time. For we want to become here as a part of the new earth change. There is one other reason too. I will ask one other soul to come and speak to you regarding that. Hello, my friends. This is Freddie Mercury, the lead singer of the band Queen. I believe that many of you have seen my movie which came out 2 years back. You know, I died out of AIDS. I carried shame. I could not let go of the shame. Like me, there are millions of souls stuck in their own thought pattern and not able to let go. We need living beings to help us. You are our savior. Can you imagine all other people who died out of shame, people who died out of suicide or any other forms and they carried the guilt? Your prayers, your awareness of us can uplift us and move us forward. Work with these two flames. What happens when you help like us souls? We're increasing the quantum light of the Mother Earth. Your healing energy becomes a part of the quantum healing energy of this universe. So the wisdom and the love and the healing energy of the entire universe expands. It is never wasted. Look at the animal spirits. They are so gentle and innocent. Many were lost in the Australian fires. And just like human beings, many are also stuck. They need help. Many plant spirits, many animals who die in captivity in the zoo, they all need help. And only human beings can help us. This is a contract. Human beings will help living and non-living beings to move into a higher frequency. So take a few minutes a day to release souls like me. This is Freddie Mercury. Hello, my friends. This is Master Thought. I ask all of you to hold light, for there is great potential of great conflict happening in the planet in the coming months. Even the potentials of civil war happening, potentials of country with other country, in the Asia Pacific, in the Middle East, in Europe. We need light. Every day when you meditate and pray, send light to the earth. You can request the light from the flame keepers and the messengers of light. All the bombing damages Mother Earth's energies. She needs support. There's potential for many people to die next year. You can use these tools to help. And those of you who are working on self-development, become aware that every time there is a transition in your life, it's a time of surrender. If that becomes a part of your natural energy, you will naturally do it when you leave the body in its natural time. Now close your eyes, family, and just breathe. You are going into a dark underground chamber, a chamber of death. Such a chamber exists deep underneath the pyramids. As you know, the pyramid has many, many underground which has not been opened. See a sarcophagus, a stone coffin. We ask you to enter into this coffin. And we are going to cover the top with a big stone slab. You are in the death chamber, in the death coffin. Just deep breathe. We want you to stay in this with the sound in this chamber for minimum 9 minutes. thought of death is standing in front of you. He says to you, you are not a body, you are not a mind, you are not your emotions. Who are you? What is your answer? This was the actual death process, an initiation in ancient Egypt. And one of the main coffin for initiation still exists inside the great king's chamber. So, what is the message in all of this? Surrender to the experience in its fullness without any expectation. Just be with that experience. And with this, we will close for the time. We want to say a very big special thank you to Sister Jamina. Jamina, your work has helped many. Create a team with you and send energy and healing to all the places in the world. Start with your neighboring territory, for example, Pakistan, Myanmar, the formation of Bangladesh, the formation of the country Aceh from Indonesia, the Great War of Liberation of Malaysia, the conquest of Singapore by Japanese, Thailand and Philippines, and of course, other conflict zones in your own country. So you want to say your work is supporting Mother Earth evolution much faster. And we thank you for it. This is Master Thought. I want to say thank you to all of you. Let's raise our right palm. Let's thank the Creator. Let's thank Master Thought. Now, this exercise of going into the void of death experience, you can enact this in your meditation, but be very careful because sometimes you don't want to come back. I want to say thank you to Yuchen and Jan, Jenny, Hillary, and Lynn, and Peggy, and all other, and Anhila, and all who supported in this program.